Can a new Russian interceptor, flying at the edge of space and 4 times the speed of sound, save the legendary Mikoyan Bureau from its challenges? Since the late 1950s, Soviets and Russians developed interceptor aircraft to protect their vast territory. The MiG-25 and MiG-31, with special status, posed a mystery and threat to the West. Now, a next-gen jet, the MiG-41, aims to surpass even the legendary SR-71 in speed and altitude. Join the story of this new Russian thunder in the skies. Russia is a large country with large borders. It was difficult for the Soviet Union to protect and maintain control over their skies at all times throughout the Cold War. The US created spy planes like the U-2 and SR-71, flying missions well below enemy lines to obtain the information and tactical edge they needed during the Cold War, knowing that this defense was as effective as Swiss cheese. Thus, the Soviets needed a fix. The U-2 and other high-altitude flying espionage planes, as well as US supersonic bombers, posed a danger that prompted the development of the MiG-25. However, following Viktor Belenko's 1976 defection, the US dismantled and examined every aspect of the MiG-25 that they desired. Having been left holding the bag, the Soviet Union had to create a new interceptor. The MiG-31 was designed to serve as the main interceptor aircraft of the Soviet Union. It was outfitted with long-range R-33 missiles, and eventually with the most advanced R-37 missiles available at the time. Another groundbreaking invention included in this interceptor was the massive Zaslon radar, the first pulse Doppler radar ever mounted on a fighter plane. With its top speed of Mach 2.8, maximum altitude of 25,000 meters, 400-kilometer detection range, and missiles that could hit targets up to 300 kilometers away, the MiG-31 was perfectly suited to swiftly destroying any sizable intruder, supersonic or subsonic, trying to breach Soviet airspace. Pilots now had an unmatched field of vision thanks to the Zaslon radar. When combined with missiles that enabled engagement beyond visual range, the MiG-31 became a formidable first line of defense for the country. Its characteristics made it a formidable foe for any aircraft within hundreds of kilometers. While the MiG-31 was primarily used to protect Russian skies, under the appropriate circumstances, its far-reaching sensors and weapons presented hazards to select targets outside borders. However, this would be the firm's final great ovation. In recent years, the MiG Bureau has suffered failure after failure on the foreign market, nearly halting aircraft manufacturing. They received a few minor orders for modified MiG-29s and a limited batch of MiG-35s for the Russian Air Force, but they're mostly focused on modernizing and maintaining existing aircraft. However, all of this might change in the future, and this ancient corporation could see its glory days again. During the 1980s, the MiG Design Bureau determined that something had to be done and began development on a new interceptor project aimed at replacing the renowned MiG-31 at the start of the 21st century. It was simply known as Izdelia 7.01 at the time, and it was destined to be Russia's future aircraft. The concept was abandoned in 1991 owing to a shortage of money, and the MiG-31 platform was modified multiple times throughout the years. However, the engineers at the MiG Bureau couldn't escape the notion that it was time for a new jet aircraft. Rumors of a new design began to circulate in the mid-2010s, but nothing was confirmed until 2018, when we received the first official information on a new interceptor under development. It is officially called as the PAC-DP, or Prospective Aviation Complex for Long-Range Interception, but internally it is simply known as the Izdelia 41, from whence the alleged MiG-41 designation is derived. However, take this information with a grain of salt, because official designations are only given after the aircraft enters active service with the Russian Air Force, and the media provided this calling card. It is reported that this plane will be conceptually similar to the MiG-31. A maximum speed of 4.3 is one of the specs, though which is utterly absurd and dubious. In contrast, the fastest military jet in history, the SR-71 Blackbird, could only reach a maximum speed of Mach 3.3 due to significant challenges with material heating and aircraft structure. However, some reports place the new Russian jet's top speed at about Mach 3.5, which is more feasible but should still provide a significant problem for the engineers. It is anticipated to feature a slightly reduced radar cross-section than the existing aircraft, or in other words, some stealth characteristics, which will most likely only be seen from the aircraft's front. Because the massive engines required to power this beast will undoubtedly require engineers to make several design concessions in order to fit them, and the radar signature from the back or side would undoubtedly be far greater. Everything else is pure guesswork at this moment, although we can expect it to meet or outperform the MiG-31's range and service ceiling of 3,000 kilometers and 25,000 meters, respectively. But the weapons aren't that far-fetched, and we've got a lot to talk about here. PAC-DP will most likely carry new long-range R-37 missiles, as well as a new King Zhao hypersonic missile, which MiG-31s already have. Let's take a closer look at the exciting satellite killer missiles that will be integrated with this new Interceptor system. Russia has been developing such satellite missiles for some years, with the most recent being the A-235 Nudol. In 2021, the A-235 Nudol successfully destroyed an old Soviet-built satellite named Cosmos 1408, displaying its capabilities. This device is intended to work in combination with Russia's famed Don-2N radar. The pairing of the 235 Nudol missiles with the Don-2N radar intends to provide Russia the capacity to intercept and demolish not just hypersonic and ballistic nuclear missiles, but also satellites in orbit. The Interceptor's integration with these satellite-killing missiles might provide it with a broader variety of targets to defend against. More information on how precisely this integration may help the Interceptor to better combat threats from the sky may provide more useful insights. While Nudol is a huge ground-launched missile designed primarily to protect the Moscow region, the PAC-DP has features that enable it to carry anti-satellite ASAT missiles as well. The recent sighting of MiG-31 fighters equipped with massive new missiles, codenamed Burevestnik, points to further advancements in current anti-satellite weapons. The 79 M6 contact missile, in particular, appears to be primed for enhancement, given its suspected function as an ASAT weapon that works closely with the secretive Burevestnik satellites. Russian government and media outlets have provided scant information about these satellites and their mission. Aside from that, the Russians are researching laser weapons for the new Interceptor, which may be used for missile defense or to blind enemy sensors and optics. A new airborne laser, the so-called Echelon, based on the Berev 860, has lately been deployed for a variety of high-energy beam applications, and both Russia and Western countries will undoubtedly use this type of weapon in the future. It's safe to conclude that the PAC-DP would pose a considerable danger in the air, both offensively and offensively, and that it, along with the Su-57 and PAC-DA, would form the backbone of the future Russian Air Force. Only time will tell how true some of these claims are, and whether this aircraft is indeed quicker than the SR-71. But it's amazing to see that, whatever the cause, aviation developers are pushing the boundaries to create some of the most powerful birds in the sky.